Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail reaction. Today we have Coronal Radiance as requested by GBR Bro. A lot of people wanted me to get to this one. I am not going to be getting to the animation that's a part of this, that's like supposed to accompany it. I figured I would save that and put it on my animation analysis list. Considering so many people wanted me to get to this song, I figure that the trailer, whatever it comes from, whatever cinematic, is going to be equally as good. So I put that on my list already, so don't ask about it. It's there. You'll be getting a video about it in a couple of months, most likely, probably around the turn of the year. So hopefully you're all excited about that one, but I gotta listen to what this song is all about first. So without further ado, let's go! Like a train crossing. I love how unsettling that is, just immediately. And the bass line trying to separate it and make something out of it. But not all of the notes really work with that dissonance there. Really sets the tone right from the beginning. Whoa. What was that vocal processing? Oh. Okay. Well, I knew something was going to be wrong from the start, given the vibe they set right off the bat, but we're going that, like, broken emotional route. All right? My expectations are now set to that. That distorted processing on the voice for, like, that vocalizing there is really neat. Lift out of it, an emotional build, but there's no way they're gonna let it stay up there. There it goes, sinking right back down. Nope, rising again. Is that like a trombone that's been distorted? Or is that a voice? Okay, I was right expecting the weight of this song. The emotional weight is heavy. The fact that there's really no clarity to it anywhere in the song, it's all just so messy and layered, but there's also a really melancholic beauty about that as well. Ooh, all right. That gives me some ideas about the story here. So even without seeing the video, I was kind of seeing the video in this song, and I talk about that a lot. When a song is done really well, you don't need visuals. For this one, I got the story of somebody who got even, like, it started exhausted, tired in general, and just depressed, basically. It's somebody who's been through a bunch of shit. They were already already at zero, like they've already hit rock bottom. And throughout the song, it felt like the hole was being dug even deeper, like the pain got more excruciating. The song got so much more detailed. Every single layer it added was a new amount of pressure on top of the shoulders of this character. The voice got more distorted. Like, it went from that very like gruff distortion in the beginning, and I was like, ooh, what's going to be going on with that? Are they going to have more vocals? Are we going to be getting like lyrics in here? No, just almost whimpering by the end of the song. The vocals came back in like 2 more times, and each time it was a little bit more distorted, and because of that, I wasn't sure if that last bit was their voice or not, but I think it is. I think like the more distorted it got each time, that final one was like completely indistinguishable from like a non-organic sound, and that's kind of the vibe I think they were going for. Somebody who's been distorted so hard to the point where they don't even seem like themselves anymore. They're unrecognizable from what they were before. At first there was a little bit of humanity left, there was a little bit of hope left, maybe, but by the end of it there was just so much pressure and so much had happened that by the end of it the character themselves was completely disfigured, and you just can't, and like that might not be a literal thing, mind you, that might just be emotionally, exhaustively, you know, just you have gone through so much, you're not the same person, and probably for the worse in this case, given the emotional weight of the song. That drone of those 2 notes, that's nasty. That's so disgusting to start there, because again, like I said at the beginning, you're already starting at a low point. You get worse as the song goes on, and that's terrifying when you already start at rock bottom. How deep can you dig that hole before this person is a completely unrecognizable mass of just wasted potential on the ground? And I feel like that's what the song is trying to show you. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm doing my best to guess off of this. And with that drone, especially those notes, that clashing dissonance, immediately setting the tone in your mind of something's wrong. It's setting an alarm, literally. It's like a blaring drone of something that's repetitive, steady. 2 different notes is a very common standard for things like emergency alarms, and it's just sitting there like that. It's like, okay, you're going to be living with this for a while, and it is going to constantly grate your ears and never feel quite right. Even though there was that bass line trying to make chords out of it, there was plenty of dissonance on that as well. Like, there was not enough of this song to make it feel whole at any point. So this song was just fragments of emotion trying to make heads or tails of itself. And of course, in that reflection, the character is going through that. So this song hits hard, and I respect the hell out of that. It does scare me a little bit, not like literally, but just for the character. What have they been through? I'm apparently going to be learning at some point in the future, so again, if you guys want to see a video on that, there will be one. I already put it on my short list. I think there's 1 or 2 more videos I'll be doing before that, and I do the animation ones once a month on average, so you'll get that at some point, most likely January or maybe even December. But either way, this is not fair to the character, and I want to know why. It's weird because like it feels like it starts brighter, like I said, but also given that depression, I wonder if it's not like some sort of a kind of reliving the past experiences and trying to deal with all of that, and like maybe just, you know, not necessarily like a life flashing before your eyes sort of thing, but just reflecting on who they were before coming back to the present day where they are completely gone, like just emotionally, maybe not physically, but who they were and who they wish they could be, who they were striving to be. That achievement is no longer relevant. What they've become is so gone compared to what they could have been, and they know that. And I think there's a self-awareness to this too, especially with the vocals being in there. It sounds like something, like I said earlier, whimpering almost. It doesn't really sound like necessarily a voice. It doesn't sound like somebody trying to sing and be happy. It doesn't even sound like somebody singing to be sad. It sounds like the specific collection of notes for that melody. It's just so weak. It's frail and depressed, and it only gets worse and harder to understand what that feeling is every single time you hear it. So this song hit a lot of emotional weight, and while I did pick up on that immediately and I knew what I was getting myself into, I never know that going in. I don't know if I'm going to be like listening to a song immediately starting off and I'm like, oh, it's happy fun times, or it gets stuff like this where I'm like, oh, this is a bad time immediately. And like, I have to like actively choose what process to set my brain into to try and analyze the song as it goes. And that can be a lot sometimes because I'm thrown in with no warning and usually no context. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm happy now. Woo! Like, and I can tell almost right away. But for this one, it left me waiting for a little bit with that drone and those two notes clashing against each other for a while. I didn't know if the song was going to shift to something more angry or like this. We got something a lot more depressed. I didn't get any happy vibes immediately. So I'd already started trying to like sift through my internal folders of like what emotional class I was putting this song in and then trying to figure out where the direction is. Like that's how you process information. You make connections as you go. And that's how I do these analytical videos. I listen to the song and as it starts and as it continues going, I'm borrowing little bits and pieces of information and those change which fork in the road I take, which decision I make, left or right. Sometimes there's multiple, and you have to be active with that in order to figure this stuff out if you don't have any visuals to help you. So that's what I'm going through when I listen to these, and sometimes in my own right, that is an emotional experience, because a lot of the times those things can be connected to other personal memories I have, and those can trigger thoughts and experiences that I've had in life, and sometimes make them hit a little bit harder. And if I'm right about this song, there are a few things that these feelings that I was feeling during this song reminded me a lot of. I'm not going to be digging into those, but it definitely hit certain marks of my emotional cues, and I wonder how accurate those are. But I'm going to leave that in the dark until I watch the video, and maybe I'll be in the ballpark with that, but I'll have to learn when that happens. Either way, beautiful song, beautiful production, very, very beautifully emotional. I can't think of a better word other than beautiful, gorgeous, fucking majestic in the most depressing way. It's just such a melancholic masterpiece that just makes you reflect on your own personal life experiences. And for those who have lived through this character's story and they know what this character's been through, I'm sure it hits all the harder. So I can't wait to learn about that. But at the same time, part of me never wants to, because I know it's going to hit harder than I'm probably ready for, whatever it may be. But I think I'm done yapping about it for now. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song you want me to get to, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that, maybe you just want to stick around probably for that animation analysis in the future, then you can definitely do that. You know how to follow me and support me and all that jazz, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!